All right, family, Rich Rising, Rich Rising. Welcome to another day of Read Rich and Righteous. We're reading Rich and Righteous, Spiritual Secrets to Mastering Money Manifestation in Your Mind. So happy to have you here for another amazing day. We are about to get into our reading for today, which is money true wealth? Is money true wealth? I want to give you a very specific definition of what true wealth means so that you know that you are going after the right thing with all of this life force energy that you have. I know that yesterday we had some technical difficulties and we've been trying to figure that out. We talked to StreamYard and they gave us a solution. So we're testing out 2 new things today to make sure that the audio is coming clear on YouTube. But again, if YouTube acts up, you can actually go find us on Instagram. And if Instagram acts up, you can go find us on YouTube. So we always have a backup to make sure that this word and this message still gets out. If you're joining us for the first time, we want to welcome you and we want you to identify yourself by typing 0 in chat. If somebody just invited you to participate in Rich and Righteous, or you just stumbled upon us with the algorithms today because people were liking and sharing the video, please type 0 in chat. We want to see all of our newcomers. You see other people typing in their days, and we have what we call a consistency score, which is how many days you've been here in a row. So if you've been here 8 days in a row, that's where we're at right now, starting with the first Saturday that we did. We're in week 2 right now, and so 8 is the highest points that you could have right now. But if you were here for 5 days, right, that's 5 points. You missed a day, you went back down to 4, and you've been here for the rest of the days, you'll be back up at 6 at this point in time. So look at all our zeros. Welcome, 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 family. We're so happy to have you. Any questions about this challenge, you can go to richrightnow.com, richrightnow.com, and then family, for those of you who have made your orders, for any of you who made your book orders and have any questions about that, you can go to mfmhelp.com. I know some people have been DMing me. Don't DM me, family. That is not customer support, okay? Go to mfmhelp.com, all right? So let me see those consistency scores. I see 7s. I see 8s. I see a lot of 8s out there. You hear an echo? I see a lot of 8s out there. All right. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. YouTube is working fine today. YouTube is working fine today. Coming in clear on YouTube. Coming in clear on YouTube. Just want to check before we go forward. And again, we always have Instagram as backup. All right. The answer is clear for some people, other people not. So we implemented some things from StreamYard yesterday. There's an echo on YouTube. How would there be an echo on YouTube?
I just muted that mic.
All right. Man, we're going to figure this thing out, family. I do not want to have to pre-record. I love being here live with you, but if that's what it's going to take to make sure that this message gets across clearly, I'll do whatever is necessary. But right now, so some people is coming in clear, some people is not. Can you please check your Wi-Fi? Can you please check your Wi-Fi, right? And also refresh your YouTube screen. Check your Wi-Fi and refresh your YouTube screen. All right? Cool. Well, let's get into it now. All right? If YouTube is acting up, you can go over to Instagram. We've been having more people on Instagram as of late because of some of the issues with YouTube. So we're going to figure that out. And if we have to abandon StreamYard, we will. All right, if we have to abandon StreamYard, we will. We're trying out a new technology to be able to reach more people. People are saying there's an echo. I'm not sure how there would be an echo. We don't have any audio, any other audio coming in here. So very interesting. All good. We're going to move forward now. And we are on Is Money True Wealth? We're on page 27. We're on page 27. If you do not have the book, you can go to richrightnow.com. richrightnow.com. You can get, you don't need the book to join this challenge. This challenge is 100% free. Okay, 100-day money mindset reprogram. You'd like to get the ebook, you can get it for $49. That's the ebook, the audiobook, and all of these recordings, right? In case you missed any. And then if you'd like physical copies of the book, I'll give you 5 for the price of 1. Right now, the book is $100 on Amazon for 1 copy. But when you go to richrightnow.com, you get 5 copies for the price of one. 1 is for you, 4 is for you to give away or to circulate to other people to initiate and stimulate your personal economy, right? As you give, so you shall receive. And so the way you receive more is you give more. And so until you identify your God-given gift, this is my God-given gift that I'm giving out to the world, right? This is my love offering, my most high offer, okay? Until you identify yours, I want to give you a substitute. Oh my goodness. Yesterday's webinar on selling as a spiritual act was absolutely mind-blowing. How many of you were there for the affiliate webinar for the Give and Receive program on selling is a spiritual act? How many of you were there? Oh my goodness. That was one of my best teachings ever, family. That was one of my best teachings ever. And so I'm so excited to see that so many of you have decided to participate in the Give and Receive affiliate program, so that as you share Rich and Righteous with the world, you can get paid for anything that anybody buys as they go through this community. Again, I want to pay you rather than Facebook. We want to create an economy amongst our community, and we're going to be a living demonstration of that. We had about 400 people there last night on that particular webinar. I led with a teaching on selling as a spiritual act, and oh my goodness, it was so powerful. And so I'm excited for you. Make sure that you submit your W-9 and your PayPal email address so that we can begin the journey. If for whatever reason you did not get the link, and I see some people saying I did not get the link, please go to mfmhelp.com, and if we verify that you've purchased the ebook or the audiobook, we will send out that replay to you, and you'll be able to watch that webinar and sign up to become an affiliate in our Give and Receive program. Okay? Again, go to mfmhelp.com. Say, hey, I bought the book, but I did not get the Give and Receive program webinar link from last night. Can you please send me the replay? It will have all the instructions for how to join our program. Again, you have to have purchased the book in order to participate in the program. Okay? We good to go? We good to go? All right, let's do it. So we're on page 27, and the question is money true wealth? Okay? The scripture for the day is Matthew 4:4, and it reads, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God." Okay? Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. Okay? So, having a lot of money is not true wealth. Having a lot of money is not true wealth. We're on page 27. Money is a means to an end, not the end game. Money is a means to an end, not the end game. Money is just a tool. We actually don't want money. You've heard me say this before. People do not want money. And I know that sounds like, what do you mean? I've spent my whole life chasing after money. People do not want money. People are actively looking for ways to part with their money all of the time because there are countless things in the world more valuable than money. In chat, let me know. I know I had you type in your consistency score, right? But in chat, please let me know, how many shopping cart tabs do you have open right now? How many shopping cart tabs do you have open right now? Because you're looking to buy something. You wasn't ready to pull the trigger last night, but you got tabs open. Just let me know. You ain't got to lie to kick it. How many shopping cart tabs do you have open right now? Some of you got more tabs open than your consistency score. You got more tabs open than your consistency score, family. All right. I see how many. Okay, I see some zeros. Okay. All right. We doing good. But I saw some 7s and some 8s as well. I saw 50. Oh my goodness. All right. So do you realize that people are actively looking for ways to part with their money every single day? Spending how much on Beyonce tickets, right? People are looking for ways. Some of these things are needs. Some of these things are wants. Some are tangible and some are intangible. In chat, please let me know, what are some things that are intangible that are more valuable to you than money? What are some things that are intangible? It's easy to try to say, oh, this car is worth this, or this house is worth this, or this clothing is worth this, or this jewelry is worth this. I want you to talk about some things that are intangible, non-physical, that are worth more than money. Please let me know. Let me know. What are some intangible things that are worth more than money? Time. We know that one. They told you time is money. That's a lie. Time is more valuable than money, right? Family, love, peace of mind, faith, self-confidence, freedom, These things are more valuable than money. And so what we do is we earn money in order to actually get these things, right? So if people just wanted money, listen to this. If people just wanted money, we would never buy anything. If people just wanted money, we would earn it and then we would never buy anything. We would just store up all this money. Look at all my money, y'all. Look at all this money that I've been able to accumulate with this life that I've been living. Just look at it. Just look at that nice little pile of money I got over there. We would never buy anything if the real name of the game was money, right? But we consume because there are things that others create that are more valuable to us than the money in our bank account. This is why we consume. But we've been trained to be consumers when we also must be creators. That is the reciprocal cycle. We create and consume, we create and consume, we create and consume. Some of you are only consuming, okay? We have to be on both sides of the equations because as children of the Creator, we are also what? As children of the Creator, we are also what? We are also creators, okay? So, ask yourself, why am I seeking to make money? I know this question sounds so simple. Why are you seeking to make money? Is it just to have money? No. If you kept every dollar you made, you would have a lot of money, but would you live a rich life? Would your life be rich? If all you had was a pile of money, would your life be rich? No. So we are here to have an experience. To have an experience. A pile of money does nobody any good. A pile of money does nobody any good. All right? So, second paragraph, page 27. Money has no inherent value. You can't eat it, drink it, wear it, stay warm with it, or make love with it. All right? This has no inherent value whatsoever. This is the lowest form of currency. This is the current hyphen you can see. This is currency. But this is currency in its lowest form. But this is what you've been taught to paper chase. This is currency in its lowest form, but this is what you've been taught to paper chase. Okay? Paper comes from trees, and coins are literally rocks. I don't care if the rock is shiny or not. It's literally just a rock. What can a dollar bill really do? Perhaps a dollar bill could be used to write on or fuel a fire. What can a coin do? We could skip coins on the lake or use them as paperweights. Most money doesn't have any functional use. This is why, in all honesty, I don't believe in cryptocurrency because it has no functional use. I actually also don't believe in gold. Gold is just a shiny rock when it comes down to it. And if you come to me with some gold, right, and I have water, I don't care how much gold you have, I'm keeping my water. Because I can only survive 3 days without water. That gold, I don't know how to transmute it into anything of value in the current moment. So just really think about this. What does gold really mean? Is gold really valuable, or does it just happen to be a shiny rock that we place value on? Think about that, right? Think about that. So many of us are chasing false things, false forms of wealth. Again, money is a man-made invention created to facilitate exchange easier. We talked about that in the introduction when we explained the barter system. We give money its value. We only want money because of what we think it can get us, and then we get those things to get a feeling. Okay? The real reason we value money, what's the L word? The real reason we value money is what? What's the L word? Liquidity. We value money because of liquidity. Is YouTube messing up again? All right. All right. So we are going to have to go back to the drawing board with StreamYard. We tried new mechanisms to get StreamYard to work today, and it didn't. So we had to end the YouTube stream, unfortunately. But again, we always are here on Instagram as backup. And sincere apologies, everyone. These are sincere apologies. We tried, we've tested prior to these actual readings. Some days it works, some days it doesn't. And at this time, we're going to have to probably abandon StreamYard and either try to go through YouTube Direct or just collaborate and be here on Instagram. So I apologize, and I also want to thank you for your patience. These are technology things that we can't control, and we ask for your forgiveness as a company. Obviously, this challenge is 100% free, so it's 100% free. But I want the message to come through clear, and we are trying to reach as many people on as many platforms as possible, but there seem to be some blockages there, and we will go back to the drawing board to fix them. So I want to say thank you for everyone for your patience. Welcome to everybody for coming over from YouTube, and let's continue our journey. Okay. So where we left off is at the bottom of page 27. Okay. So listen to this. Everything we buy with money, we buy it for a function and a feeling. We buy it for a function and a feeling. So let's look at this. What is the feeling that you look for behind a new car? When you buy a new car, what is the feeling that you're really looking for, family? What is the feeling that you are looking for when you buy a new car? What's the feeling? What is the feeling you're looking for when a new car? Right? What is the feeling behind a new house? What is it that you're truly trying to feel? We're trying to buy a feeling. Right? For some people, with certain types of cars, there's a feeling of luxury. There's a feeling of comfort. There's a feeling of excitement. Great. A feeling of happiness, right? When you step into a new job, what is it that you're really trying to feel? When you're trying to elevate or get a promotion, what is it that you're really trying to feel? Right? Security. I'm trying to feel accomplished. I'm trying to feel like a leader. I'm trying to feel progress. Okay? When you go after a graduate degree, what is it that you are really trying to feel? Probably similar to getting a new job, right? When you are seeking to be married, what is the feeling that you're really going for? You're going for love. You're going for the feeling of being known and understood by somebody else and cared for. And for some people, security, right? So everything that we actually are buying, we're literally buying it for a feeling. We want to look at the thing behind the thing, because sometimes you'll realize that I actually don't need this thing in the middle to get to that thing. I don't need to buy a luxury car to feel rich. I don't have to buy expensive higher education to feel accomplished or to feel educated. And you realize that you can bypass the thing that you thought you needed to buy in order to get to that feeling. That will save you a lot of money right then and there. Okay? You get to bypass the thing that you thought you needed to buy. Right? I need to write that down. You get to bypass the thing you thought you needed to buy. Did y'all catch that? When you really get clear on what it is that you were looking for, you get to bypass the thing that you thought you needed to buy. Okay? Because in reality, the feeling is already inside of you, but sometimes we go outwardly to activate that feeling within. So, for instance, when you go to an open house at a mansion, you're driving down the street, you see an open house sign, and you see a mansion. So you go into that open house, what are you doing? You're going into that open house to activate the feeling of abundance and wealth that is already inside of you. You're trying to stimulate that thing that's already inside of you. When you go test drive your dream car, right? What are you doing? You're going to activate. You're going to activate that feeling of wealth and abundance that is already inside of you. Okay? And so sometimes we need outward things to activate that which is already inside of us. In the same way that when a heart is not beating anymore, sometimes it needs a defibrillator to stimulate it. When a car, its engine is not working, sometimes it needs an external jump in order to get going again. So sometimes we need these outward things to activate that which is already inside of us. But we never want to what? We never want to become dependent on those external things. Because the feeling was inside of us all along. Are y'all with me? Are y'all with me? All right? Cool. So, moving forward. We're on the top of page 28 now. We're on the top of page 28. Paper money is a depreciating asset when you account for annual inflation, right? I've said this before. I need you to say this out loud to yourself right now. Cash is the lowest yielding asset in the world. Cash is the lowest yielding asset in the world. Yet this is what you are giving your life force energy, the greatest currency being inside you, right? The greatest currency being the God-given energy inside of you. You've been using the greatest currency inside of you to chase cash, but cash is the lowest yielding asset in the entire world. And on top of that, it's hard to even call it an asset because it's depreciating. It's losing its value every single year due to inflation. Okay? It only yields 0.03% in your savings account. The name of the game is to trade cash up for more valuable, tangible, and intangible assets. At 0.03% in your savings account, using the rule of 72, this is some math for millionaires, 72 divided by 0.03 equals 2,400. Meaning that it will take you 2,400 years to double your money in a savings account. 2,400 years. And if you're only getting 0.03% interest, but inflation is 5%, that means you're losing money by saving. This is why savers are losers. Savers are losers. Beyond your emergency fund, you don't want to save money. Okay? And we're going to get to that in the 7-point money maximization matrix later on in the book. All right? So the name of the game is to trade your cash up. We're trying to elevate this energy. We're trying to put it into higher use and higher value. Okay? You want to trade your cash up for more valuable, tangible, and intangible assets. Ironically, early humankind freely had many of these things we now pay for in abundance, like water, fruit, family time, free time, peace, and quiet. You realize that we are now chasing things that, what do we call it? The ancient man actually had freely. We now have to pay for things that the ancient man, the original man, had for free. Because we've gone off track. We've gone astray in the way that we are living. Now that we are caught up in this money-driven system, we have to use the money we make to buy many of them back and our way out of the matrix. Go get your paper, but never lose sight of what it means to truly be wealthy. Okay? What it means to truly be wealthy. That's going to be an acronym. WEALTHY. That's going to be the acronym that we go through in just a second. These 7 tangible and intangible assets below are essential for life and freedom. You will notice that money is not one of them. However, money can help you get some of them. All right? So let's look at what it really means to be truly wealthy. Okay? So the W, West Side, the W is water. Water. Again, going back to the gold brick. If it's the end of the world, family, right? Or life on earth is diminishing, and you come to me with a gold brick, and I have 5 gallons of water, am I going to take your gold brick in exchange for these 5 gallons of water? Am I going to take your gold brick in exchange for these 5 gallons of water? The answer is no. Your brick means nothing to me. Water is really wealth. In fact, your body is 70% water, and so is the earth. There's no coincidence there. So let's really get to an understanding of what wealth really is. How about clean, pure drinking water? Let's start there. And most of us, maybe 1 or 2 people on this entire call actually have access to clean, pure water themselves. They own a water source. Now I remember growing up, I don't remember bottled water. I remember drinking from a water fountain. Then bottled water started coming out of nowhere. Then they got alkaline water and this kind of water and the water from Tahiti. Oh my goodness. We used to have access to pure, clean water for free. Okay? That is true wealth. Having access to water is true wealth. Let's really get down to the basics. Okay? The next thing is the E in wealthy. Okay? The E in wealthy is, everybody type, energy. It is energy. It is energy in your body, because if that energy is gone, then guess what? You don't get to have this experience anymore. You're dead. Right? It is also quality food. Food is not just supposed to taste good. It's supposed to give you energy so that you can go do God's work. Then electricity, right? Fire and warmth. That is energy, right? That is true wealth, okay? The most high form of currency in the world is the energy that is in your body. This is why in the Matrix, what did they use human beings for? They used human beings as batteries in the Matrix. Why? Because of this life force energy. There's nothing like it. There's nothing more valuable than the life force energy that is in your body. You out here chasing flat cotton on the corporate plantation, right? You out here chasing gold bricks and materials and minerals that are outside of you. The greatest source of energy in the entire universe is right here in your body, family. The only thing that rivals it is the sun. The only thing that rivals the energy that is in your body is the sun. Okay? So when you are using this resource, you have to ask yourself, is this thing that I'm buying going to give me more energy? So what do I mean by that? If I buy a gardener's time or cleaning services time, is that going to give me more energy? Yes or no? If I buy a gardener's time to do my lawn and I buy a cleaner's time to clean my house, is that going to give me more energy? Yes or no? The answer is yes. So that is a great exchange for me, because I get my energy back and I can go pour that into, that can lead to freedom. I can pour that into my family. It can go into rest and self-care. It's giving my energy back. When I go buy a cash flowing asset like a multifamily property, is that giving me my energy back? Yes, because now I don't have to go trade time for money, because I get money paid to me every single month through the form of rents. So now you're starting to make different decisions about how you actually use this resource. Okay? Now we want to go on to the A. The A is assets. Everybody type assets. The A is assets. All right? Assets are real estate, businesses, land, intellectual property, okay? Minerals. These are assets. Assets, right? These assets help me sustain the life that I live, right? So that I don't have to trade time for money. I don't have to give my life force energy to other entities in their vision. But I can actually live out the vision that God has for me in my life without trading time for money. Okay? The next one in the word wealthy is love. Okay? Love. Love is priceless. Okay? But I'm not only talking about romantic love. That's the one that everybody seems to be in pursuit of. But what I'm talking about is love for yourself. Love for others. Love by others. And that could be a life partner. It could be your kids, family, friends, community. Love. Knowing that you are loved. Feeling that you are loved and cared for. That people think about you. Call on you. Check in on you. Right? That is more valuable than this. But now we're in this culture, in this conversation where love is all financial. What you bring into the table. What you bring into the table. How much money you make. It's all financial now. Now, is a marriage a business partnership? Yes. Because you are likely going to merge finances. Yes. But that is the lowest form of connecting with another human being. I can have a business. I'm in business partnerships with all kinds of people. So that's the lowest form. We're trying to elevate to another level of love and move towards unconditional love, agape love with our significant other, not just some sort of financial relationship. Okay? So that is the L. The next one is time, family. Time. Time freedom. Freedom to choose how you spend your day. And I know many of you don't have that kind of time freedom at this moment. Right? You don't own your time. Somebody else has bought your time in bulk because you sold it to them for Costco wholesale prices. You said, I have 2,000 hours this year, 50 weeks a year for 40 hours a week. I have 2,000 hours and I'm willing to sell this time in bulk to you right now for a discount. Right? Just like at Costco. This is what you've done. Because as I talked about last night on the affiliate webinar, you don't know how to sell your skill sets yourself. So somebody else goes out and sells them and then buys your time in bulk. Okay? So you don't have time freedom right now. You can't stop. Not all of you, a lot of you have to go to work today. You actually don't have to. There's no gun held up to your head, but you kind of have to go to work today. Because you haven't developed the skill set and the ability to sell your skills yourself. Right? And so you feel stuck. Your employer has hired you to solve a problem. Okay? That is why you were there. And your salary or your job should be directly proportional to the size of the problem that you solve for them. But guess what? You could solve that problem for more people in organizations than just your employer. But since you don't know how to sell yourself or your skill set, then you are subject to what they're willing to pay for you in bulk. So this is why you don't have time freedom. So a law firm, right, bills the client $500 an hour, but they pay the lawyer $100 an hour. That's actually doing the work. Now, $100 an hour or 2,000 hours a year is actually $200,000. Sounds like a good salary, right? Sounds like a good salary. But they charge the client $500, they paid the lawyer $100, then they might have had $150 worth of overhead, their marketing, their branding, their offices, and things of that nature, and they made $250 off of your hour of time. So at the end of the day, you got crumbs in comparison to what they are earning off of your labor. Now, they may have a big brand and they may have big and large clients. And the question is, but what if you could actually go earn $300 an hour on your own? You're earning $100 an hour through them, but what if you could actually go sell yourself and your skill set directly and actually go command $300 an hour? You would triple your income or your revenues. You would triple how much you make. But because you don't know how to do that yet, keyword yet, you are subject to what they are willing to pay you. Are you understanding this? Okay? So, that's the T. Now we move into the H, which is health. Man, if you have all these things in life, but you don't have mental and physical health, then none of it matters. You know, I've had a parent deal with mental health issues for quite some time, and I've seen how it has derailed their life. Not to their own fault. They didn't do anything to cause it, but because it came up, I can see how it affects people's lives. And mental health is more of a problem in this country than we're aware of, because there's a lot of people who are functioning with mental health issues. And the current model of therapy is not getting to the bottom of it. The current model of medicine is not getting to the bottom of it. And honestly, I don't have the solution either. It is a very challenging thing. But we subject ourselves to mental health issues when we are stressed and depressed. We become weak in mind, and those issues can take over, right? So there's mental health and then there's physical health. Some of us are not doing a great job of honoring this body temple. You're not eating right. You're not exercising. You're not honoring the body temple that is housing your spirit. God dwells in temples that are not made with the hands of man. What is that temple? That is your body temple. And so I know religion has taught you to demonize the flesh. You are working against the flesh. No, we are grateful for the flesh. We could not have this experience without the flesh. We need to honor, celebrate, and take care of the flesh. But you've been taught to demonize it, and that's part of the subconscious reason why you eat so unhealthy. Because you don't really like the flesh, because subconsciously religion has taught you to hate it. That you are at war against the flesh. No, we don't have to be at war against the flesh. We have to be in alignment with it. We have to command the body. The spirit commands the mind, and the mind commands the body. When the body is in control, we have physical dis-ease. When the mind is in control, we have mental dis-ease. It means that we are out of order. So it is spirit leads the mind, which leads the body. But what happens, right, and the issue with the flesh that religion talks about is when flesh is at the helm, right? When it is leading, when you are simply going off of your base desires, whether those are sexual desires, whether those are food desires, salt, sugar, That is what they are talking about. But there's nothing wrong with the flesh. It is just out of order. Spirit, mind, body. Okay? They're supposed to work as one in harmony and in alignment. Okay? And so we have to take care of the body temple, right? And our mind, which is the mental temple. All right? Then I added this one, since writing the book, family. I added a why. Because I've discovered that this is what true wealth is. It's yourself. Do you have the ability to be your authentic self? Now, actually, the reality is we all have the ability to be our true authentic self. We all have the ability. The question is, are you? Are you being your true authentic self? For me, that means, are you walking in your God-given purpose? Are you doing that what you were called to do? Or do you feel like you have to go do something you don't want to do in order to get by in this life? Are you wearing the clothes that you want to wear? Is your hair the color that you want it to be? Are you wearing it a certain way? Are you flat ironing it for the job that you're going to, or for other people and how they're going to perceive you? Do you actually want to get tattoos? Do you actually want to curse? Do you actually like cursing, but you just don't do it because you're afraid to be your authentic self and to be judged? Do you have a hobby that you're afraid to share personally and publicly because of perception? Are you worried about what other people are going to think about you? Yeah, many of us are not being our authentic selves. We are exiting our home and we're putting on all these masks. And you know how we know? We call it code switching. In one environment, you operating like this. In this environment, you operating like this. You like a chameleon. Who is the true you? Who is the true you? And do you feel comfortable and confident enough to be that person at all times, not having to code switch for anybody? If they don't accept you as you are, then they're likely not meant to be in your life. Why are you switching up all the time? The hardest thing in life, unfortunately, is to be yourself. Some of you are being like your parents. Some of you are being like your friends. Some of you are being like people you see on TV, celebrities. Can you just be you? We don't need more of them. We need more of you. We don't need clones of them. We need more of you. How is it that you all dressing the same? You saw somebody, a celebrity, do it, and now thousands of y'all dressing the same? How come 10% of the women on the internet look like Kim Kardashian? Why y'all all look the same? Are you really being you, or are you cloning somebody else? This is perhaps the major one, and this is why I added it. You were created for a unique reason that only you can fulfill. We don't need you to do what somebody else is doing. We need you to do and be you. But you don't feel confident enough to be that at this moment in time. And hopefully, once you realize that your uniqueness is what's actually going to lead to your greatness and your abundance, hopefully you will step into that. Okay? So you are not rich until you have things money can't buy, like love, peace of mind, purpose, health, friendships, faith, integrity, freedom, and gratitude. Sometimes the only way to recognize how important something truly is by losing it momentarily or permanently. Everybody is chasing money and forgetting what transcends money and makes money worthless if absent. If water was absent, all the money in your bank account would be worthless. If the energy in your body was being sucked away, none of the money in your bank account would be worth anything. Okay? If you had no love in your life, not just romantic love, if you had no love in your life, all the money in your bank account would be worthless. If you had no time left, all the money in your bank account would be worthless. If you had no health, all the money in your bank account would be worthless. Okay? If you don't have the freedom to be yourself, all the money in your bank account is worthless. So, What do you benefit if you gain the whole world but lose your soul? Is anything worth more than your soul? You can have all the money in the world, but without physical health, mental health, and time, the money is useless. We are seeking to design our lives in such a way that money doesn't dictate our decisions. We came here to be alive, not just to make a living. And this is what freedom really offers. All right? So that concludes our chapter for today. And what I would love for you to do is in chat, go ahead and type in what was your greatest takeaway from today? What was your greatest takeaway from today? How did today's message bless you? Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties with YouTube. It's been a challenge. We actually think the issue is StreamYard. So thank you again for your patience. But I want to read off our lessons. If you just joined us for the first time and you haven't got the book, you can go to richrightnow.com, right? And you can get the ebook for $49, or you can get the physical copies of the book. I'll give you 5 copies for $100. So understanding what true wealth is, being yourself, what wealthy really means. Water is required for life. Water is worth more than gold. Good. This was a short chapter, and those were really the 2 major lessons. What is true wealth, and to be yourself. All right? Money is a means to an end. It is not the end game. All right? And there are intangible things that are a lot more valuable than money. People do not want money. We don't want money. It has no functional real use. We want the feeling, the thing behind the thing. And the other lesson is that sometimes when you get clear on the feeling that you truly want, you can bypass buying that thing and go directly to the feeling. All right? So with that, I want to thank you all for being here. We are going to, I think we're going to focus on Instagram tomorrow until we can figure out this YouTube thing or StreamYard thing. So we will be here on Instagram tomorrow. So pull up right here, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to be going into our next segment of the book, which is Abundance is Your Birthright. Abundance is your birthright. All right? And that's going to be our second section. Once we finish the section on abundance is your birthright, then we're going to start going into the 10 money commandments, right? And the first money commandment is how we measure money. All right? So with that, everybody have a blessed, blessed day. As I always say, be God to yourself. What does be God to yourself mean? It means, 1, love yourself as God would love you. It also means master yourself as God is master over you. And it also means being first cause to yourself. First cause in your own life. No institution or individual outside of you has command over your life more than you do. And so go be God to yourself, and I will see you at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Much love, y'all. Peace.